And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today on this Monday. If you are a fan of LeBron James, you may want to click off the video. So I want to talk about something that I don't think gets talked about enough. Most people, when they think about the things that prevent LeBron James from being the GOAT, and there's so many things to choose from, so many things. But, a couple off the top is the decision, and the decision that led to 2011. 2011 is a mark that LeBron James simply cannot recover from. I'm sorry to break it to you LeBron James fanboys. But something that also doesn't get talked about enough is the 2021 team, the 2021 super duper team that LeBron James put together. That team had LeBron James. That team had Russell Westbrook. That team had Carmelo Anthony. That team had Dwight Howard. That team also had Rajon Rondo on it. And when they put this team together, despite real fans of the game understanding that this team is not going to work, I seem to recall LeBron James putting out a tweet saying something to the effect of keep that same energy. And they went on to have a terrible season. And on cue, as always, that happens in failures of LeBron James, the media and LeBron James fanboys came to his defense. And what was the defense of this epic failure of this super duper team that LeBron James put together? What was the defense? They were old. What did you expect? They were all old. Well, first of all, LeBron James knew this when he put the team together. And second of all, how old was this team really? Well, as Chicago Bulls fans know, especially if you follow this channel, you know that in 1998, that Chicago Bulls team was the oldest team in NBA history to win a championship. Now, how old was that team? The 98 Chicago Bulls had an average age of 29.4. Now, for those who say that 2021 Los Angeles Lakers team was so old, they had an average age of 29.8. So the average age of the team, those 98 Bulls, were a little older. But let's take this a step further. How about the starters? How about the main guys for the team? Well, you LeBron James fanboys, the average age of the starters for the Chicago Bulls was 33 years old. And the average age of the starters for the 2021 Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron James, with Carmelo Anthony, with Rajon Rondo, with Dwight Howard, with Russell Westbrook, the average age of the starters were 30.4. So as you can see, not only was the average age of those Chicago Bulls older than the Los Angeles Lakers, but the average age of the starters for the Chicago Bulls were 3 years older than the average starter for the Ducks team, for the 4 and 6 Kingdom. So I think this is just since you guys love to compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan, which he shouldn't be compared, this is just yet another example of why he should not be in the same sentence with Michael Jordan. Because when you really think about this team that the Lakers had, what's the big problem there? The big problem is leadership. The big problem is that it was LeBron James' team, and a LeBron James-led team is not going to have good leadership. There is no way that team should have been such an epic failure. Again, that team was younger than the 98 Bulls. That team shouldn't have been such an epic failure, but it was because there was no leadership. That team shouldn't have been such an epic failure with so many veterans on the team. So many players who should be able to impart some wisdom to the younger players. But it was because it's a LeBron James-led team. And so there was no leadership. There's no accountability on the LeBron James-led team. There's only passive aggressiveness. Now, the other thing, the other reason why this team was such an epic failure is for the same reason that LeBron James has lost 6 finals. And that is LeBron James has no concept of building something. LeBron James' life formula, LeBron James' formula on the basketball court has always been to try to take a shortcut, to try to build an immediate team for winning. First of all, this 2021 team shouldn't even have ever existed. They won a championship in the 2019-2020 bubble worthless championship, but nonetheless, it has the name of a championship. They won that, and instead of trying to build off of the team that won that, LeBron James immediately starts moving pieces the very next year. There should be no surprise to anybody who knows anything about LeBron James. But yeah, this speaks to his mentality of having no understanding about what it means to build something. And this 2021 super team, LeBron James thought that he had the magic formula and to put together this super roster, not understanding that, again, 2 things. LeBron James, you're not a good leader. So that cancels out, the fact that you're not a good leader cancels out any chance that this team could have had immediate success. The fact that LeBron James is not a good leader cancels out immediately any chance that this team could have had immediate success the same year that they were all put together. And again, because LeBron James doesn't understand the concept of keeping a team, holding people accountable, building year to year, you know, it was just yet another fail. It was just yet another thing that was bound to fail because of how it was put together to begin with. And so, yeah, to me, this is just another example. Like, people don't talk about this 2021 super duper team enough. Like, this should be a major mark against the Duck. I mean, arguably, it should be in the same realm as 2011. And here's something else to consider. At this point, the 2021 team, LeBron James should have been, if he was like Mike, if he was like Michael Jordan, who every year got better in one way or another. Obviously, your athleticism is going to decline. So that should mean that you have more wisdom about the game. But again, this is not the case with LeBron James. So again, this 2021, it should count as even more of a failure because at this point, LeBron James, he's supposed to have more wisdom than that. He's supposed to have more basketball IQ. He's supposed to have more understanding how to be a good leader. But hold up, pump your brakes. The reason why he doesn't have any of these things is because he never took the hard route to get what he wants. And the hard route is where you learn all of these things. The overcoming obstacles is where you learn all of these things. But LeBron James bypassed all of the lessons. He didn't want to learn the lessons. He didn't want to learn how to be a better leader. He didn't want to learn how to play off the ball, to me, which is also a part of becoming a better leader. I mean, I feel like all of the greats that you name, whether it be Magic and Bird and Michael, most of the great leaders were not only great leaders because they held people accountable, but they were great leaders because they were willing to do whatever it takes to win, including that means playing whatever position they need to play to win. And not just playing it, but excelling at it. Knowing what's supposed to happen at that position. Knowing how to play various ways because they're not going to jeopardize their chance of success simply because they're unwilling to learn something new. But LeBron James bypassed all the lessons because his whole career has been taking the shortcuts. So, yeah, I think this 2021 team should be brought up way more as a huge negative stain on the career of the Duck. I mean, again, just the creation of this team is absurd. They just won a championship in 2020. And immediately he starts screwing with the roster. Again, nowhere did it occur to him to try to build on what he has. But again, at this point, we're just beating the dead horse. LeBron James knows nothing about building. But anyway, we're going to hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hey, fanboys, what do you guys think about your excuse that the reason the 2021 team, super duper team that your king tried to formulate was a failure? The reason it was a failure because they were all too old. What do you think about that? Fanboys, when you find out that team was not as old as the 98 Chicago Bulls, who were not only the oldest team to ever win a championship, but this was their third championship in a row. Again, to me, just another example of why LeBron James should never be mentioned in his... I mean, he really needs to change his number. He should be forced by the league to change his number. Every time I see LeBron James in the number 23, it just... It's the most ridiculous sight that I think I could see. It's like I feel like he's putting dirt on that number. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.